Good evening. Horror and chaos be to you in the name of Runie. Now, lunatics will welcome one another as I shall welcome you. The One Piece is real! Feels like it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've done a One Piece stream. Perhaps this is not true, but that's how I perceive it. It has? It's been like ages? Okay, good. Okay, it really has? Alright, then. Not only is that how I perceive it, it is also the truth. I love when those two things line up. You know, I feel like quite often, those two things do not line up. But they did today, and that makes me happy. Warng! Hey! Thank you for the tip, gosh darn it, Kyle. Happy Saturday, Runie. My One Piece knowledge may still be pretty bare, but seeing and hearing you get really into it is always so much... is always a fun highlight. Just hope Alias is ready for the feeding. I hope they are too. I don't know, Panko is looking pretty hungry over there. So we might be off to a good start. Panko mango fruit incoming. I think I've cooked up some really good options actually for all of Alias. It's so funny because one of the reasons I've put Alias off is because I actually felt like I don't know. That's why I kept doing other gens instead, because I just wasn't sure. But I've cooked. The cooking has happened. I feel really good about these options, and I genuinely don't know what you guys are going to pick. Sometimes I have a little bit of an idea of what you guys may pick, but I'm not sure this time. Panko is the Sanji of Alias? It's really funny that you bring that up. It is actually really funny that you bring that up. But we'll wait. Stop trying to spoil things. Settle down over there. Settle down. It's the scent of her candle. Oh, is her candle mango scented? I should have looked at everybody's scents, and I didn't. I only looked at some people's scents. I should look at everybody's. Also, I wanted to say thank you to ya boy, the burglar, sent me a tip while I was off stream. Thank you very much for the tip, and thank you for being a VOD viewer. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the She Loves Us. Thank you. The cooking streams, well, we'll just see. Cause listen, Panko may be the chef on her streams, but I am the chef today. Today the chef is me. And I'm the one cooking up some devil fruits for Phase Alias. Are you gonna go over the new One Piece chapter? No, I don't know. Do we call it a good position or a bad position? I'm not sure. I'm in quite a position when it comes to, oh gosh. I was trying to adjust my mic and I just ripped the whole thing off my desk. Hold on. I'm in a little bit of a position with the current One Piece manga, because usually I do like to get into it a little bit, but the stuff that is happening recently is like major spoiler territory to the point where like I really genuinely think it might take away from the experience for somebody new and coming into One Piece, or who is quite behind, to know some of the things that we found out. Like I wouldn't want to steal a little bit of that mystery from them. So I'm kind of in a position right now where there's a lot going on that I just like cannot talk about. Like very seriously don't want to talk about them because I don't want to take away. I don't want to spoil it. So no, I guess the simple answer is no, I will not be discussing the most recent chapters, which is tough for me. It's tough because obviously, you know, I want to talk about it. I mean, listen, I'm 3 margaritas in, okay? My mom asked, "What are you streaming today? Do you think it'll be short?" I said, while drinking my 3rd margarita, well, it's about One Piece. And she was like, it's over. It's over. You'll be spoiling in a little over an hour. No, because now I'm drinking water. I actually am afraid if I had too many, then I would spoil. But I have all of my faculties right now. I have them. That being said, welcome to the stream, everybody. If you've never been to one of these, let me tell you what's going down here. So I am not the only talent at FaZe Connect, not by a long shot. We have many, many wonderful, amazing, talented VTubers here at FaZe Connect, and we are separated into generations. And I've been going generation by generation and picking out the devil fruit that I think would suit each of them the best. So today we are going through FaZe Alias, which is the second not patience, talents. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going through FaZe Alias, the second generation of FaZe Connect, and I will give you 3 options. So I have gone through and handpicked 3 devil fruits that I personally think would really suit each of these talents. And then you guys get to be the hammer that puts in the nail, because you guys are ultimately going to be responsible for picking which devil fruit that you will then force feed to that talent. So I say it specifically that way so that you guys remember that this is, at the end of the day, what the heck? It's your fault, your decision. Any repercussions that come from these activities today are your responsibility and not mine. I simply provide the choices, okay? You're a hammer in search of the nail. See, I'm gonna give you the nail, but you're the hammer. And who between the hammer and the nail goes to jail? The hammer. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, my hands totally clean. Washed clean. One Piece mentioned, Runie unlocks the forbidden 25th hour of the day with Yap. This is a win. No, I actually genuinely can't stream for too long because I have a lot of recording that I need to get done. So I actually have a lot to do. So I unfortunately cannot be too crazy today. We gotta keep it reined in, everybody. We gotta rein it in. Thank you for the tip at my brother's baby shower, but stopping in for a second to say hi. Wow. So glad you returned to the Devil Fruit series. It's a fave of mine. I'll be sure to have some Runie on when my poor new niece is stuck with Uncle Noah. Can't wait to catch the VOD. Have fun at the baby shower. Congratulations on being an uncle. I hope you have a really good time. And thank you for stopping in even for just a second. And then thank you for watching the VOD later. Thank you. Does wood spoil? Yes. Yeah, wood can rot. Yeah, wood rots. Wait, why are you asking me this? Am I being baited into something? Why are you asking me this? It's Grand Runie all over again. What are you talking about? That was just blatantly, I mean, I don't know what to say. The gun was quite literally in your hands. The gunpowder on those fingers, not mine. She doesn't know. What is this? What is this spoiling of wood of which you're trying to trick me into saying something crazy? What is this? What is this joke? Should I be angry? A prophecy? Now I'm really just confused. Don't tell me? Fine. Fine, you guys love not telling me stuff. You guys love saying things like, did you know DMC, ... Did you know Resident Evil, ... Did you know would spoil, ... Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I don't even care. You think I'm interested? You think you've piqued my interest? Warng. Incorrect. I'm moving on. Did you know Eiichiro Oda? Yes. I don't even need the ... The answer is yes. Did you know One Piece was originally a Resident Evil game? Get out of here! That's ridiculous. There ain't no way! Alright. We're starting with the lovely, lovely and wonderful Panko! Do you guys have any guesses as to what fruit? The fruits I may be offering her today? Did you know Resident Evil had wood in it? It did. There's like wood all over the place. Like wood floors and wood walls and wood tables. It's actually kind of crazy. So much wood. The sus fruit. No. Paramecia fruits. I actually think like nearly all of the fruits we will be talking about today are paramecia fruits. Phase Alias is a paramecia fruit generation. Alright, cook fruit is a good guess. So here's the thing about the cook fruit, because I almost picked that one and then I went against it, because the cook fruit, specifically, it's like that it doesn't taste good. And so I didn't want to give that to Panko, right? So Irie isn't Zone Pawnwolf? No, because that's another thing. So if you haven't been to my other streams, one of the rules that I have set place for this is that I don't want to give them redundant powers. You know, so I'm not going to give Irie a wolf zone because Irie is already a wolf. So it doesn't really help her. She's already a wolf, right? So there won't be any redundant powers. Erina should be zone. But see, no, that's pointless, right? It's pointless. So I'm not going to give Erina a zone, right? Soko, she's actually a dog. No, she's a wolf and you're just being a big bully. And I don't know, maybe you enjoy bullying Irie, but I, for one, enjoy being kind to her. So I would never bully Irie, not even for a second, not even for a fraction of a second, not even for a fraction of a second. I'm nothing but kind to her at all hours of all days, at all times. I guess I'm just a better person than you. I don't know what to say. But we're not talking about Irie yet. Listen, Irie's the last person on this list. We're not talking about Irie yet. We're talking about Panko. Let's start with the Mori Mori no Mi, or the Woods fruit. This is a Logia type that grants the power to create, control, and transform into flora at will, making the user a forest person. And I forgot, actually, that I was going to need to pull up the wiki to read off all the powers. Hold on. I can pull it up on my tablet. Hold on. Alright, no worries. I brought my tablet back. We are starting off with an Admiral's fruit. Now, my main inspiration for why I wanted to give her this fruit is because I like the idea of Panko like walking into a field and then a whole bunch of bamboo trees just like sprout out of the ground. Like, I just think it'd be really cute if she could control bamboo. Can't you see it, right? I truly think it would be really, really cute. It's just visually, it is appealing to me. I know I talked a lot about paramecia fruits, but this is actually a Logia fruit. Logia fruits are a little bit unique among the fruits because like Panko would literally be able to become flora. Now, why can't I find my browser on my tablet? What does the browser icon look like? I can't find it. Let me just type it in. There we go. I found it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So this is the Mori Mori no Mi. So we're gonna type in like some we're gonna type in some pros and some cons of this fruit. But first I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna read for you guys the details of this fruit, so you guys can get a little bit of an idea of its abilities. Okay. So the user of this is Ryo Kyugyu, Green Bull. He utilizes his abilities primarily in combat. He can use wooden, root-like tentacles to restrain enemies. Okay, so you guys were saying sus fruit. Think sus, think tentacles. We're already making some Panko. I mean, like literally first sentence, and we're already making Panko connections. Enwrapping them and absorbing the moisture out of their bodies. You see where I'm going with this? My genius, okay? Nod your heads. You see I'm going somewhere. Until they become too weak to fight back. She would be able to taste the liquids that she absorbs through the wood. Let's see. She could transform herself into a large tree person and then use this to attack enemies with enlarged fists, and then also take advantage of the height difference. Can also perform highly unorthodox feats with the plants that she generates, such as growing a giant flower and using it to fly by spinning rapidly like a propeller, and then use armament hockey in conjunction with the plant appendages to increase the penetrating power as well. And then also, you know, she could become bamboo, which is very flexible. So I see you guys, you pick up what I'm putting down, right? She could totally shoot seeds. Why shouldn't she be able to? You think we have a winner already? And well, don't jump to conclusions, because I've got 3 really good options for you guys. Let's write down some pros and some cons. Okay. So some pros that I'm already seeing. Tentacles. Okay. Draining. Tentacles. Draining. Restraints. Penetrating power. All right. We'll put another one like cute flower and bamboo powers. So one of the pros is just that this is incredibly aesthetic. It just looks good, right? I don't... Yelling about how she's not a lewd tuber? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Are these words lewd to you? These are just regular words that have to do with this power. Like, I'm just describing what this power would allow her to do. And if you take it in that direction, that's kind of your bad. Not gonna lie. Irie gets the truck fruit. No! Get out of here. We're not talking about Irie yet. We're talking about Panko. Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter. Oh my god. Get your mind out of the gutter. Sheesh. Let's see. Some of his attacks. Let's see. He has the Kiniku Mori Mori, meaning forbidden hate forests, where he generates wood from his arms, plants them into the ground, and manipulates the roots rising from the surface to shape into a giant tree golem that covers his original body. Pretty dope. Oh yeah, instant shade. Can provide shade from the elements, true. Yeah, it's like armor abilities can increase size and strength. I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. There's also an ability that you can do with this, which I actually think is kind of broken, and I wish that we knew at least a little bit more about how this works, but it's basically just fireproof forest. Which, so you can use this ability. You can become fireproof. Basically, you can just make yourself less susceptible to fire-based attacks. I don't think it's really been explained how that works. It's just something that he can do with the power. So, yeah, it's called Bokarin, Fireproof Forest. And he makes his tree body less susceptible to fire-based attacks. It's called Fire Break Forest in the English adaptations. So, yeah, it's fireproof as well, which means we're gonna have a really hard time coming up with some cons here. I'm not gonna write in detail the benefits of the bamboo because I did specify that it's cute flower and bamboo powers, so you guys can kind of fill in the gaps there with what you know about bamboo. There's a lot of advantages to being able to turn herself into bamboo. I know, I agree with you that fireproof plant is OP. And it's also from OP, imagine that. But let's try to think. You guys help me. Help me brainstorm. What could be some cons here? A constant need of water. You know, I guess it doesn't really specify if... I think, let's see. Oh, I forgot to read for you guys. There's actually a strengths and weaknesses section of this. Wow. I may have been drinking. Okay, this is what the official wiki says. The user is still vulnerable to really powerful fire techniques. Anything that could instantly incinerate the body. Wow. And that's really it. So let's say super powerful fire attacks will still be a problem. So we'll write that. No, I don't think there's any limitation on her using the power during the day. And it's also not really based on how good the light and water content is, because she has direct influence on the land's fertility. Wait, we gotta put this in prose. Hold on. Increases land's fertility. That's actually really big. There's really not many cons to this, are there? User can generate large quantities of plants to unleash overwhelming large-scale attacks. That's right, she would basically have minions too, like little plant minions. I'm gonna just put that here. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. Cons? I guess she's forced to be with pineapples. Oh, and she can't say... Hey. Let's see. You know, but she doesn't have to make pineapples. But you know what? I'll write that. I'll write that on here. Pineapples. I'll write that on here. Because I know she doesn't like pineapples, same as I don't like pineapples. I don't think she would have to eat fruit on pizza. You guys are stretching this too far, right? Okay, so we're not gonna list down cons that are the same for all devil fruits. So we're not gonna go through and be like, oh, you're cursed and now you can't swim. Because that's just gonna go on every single one, so it's just kind of redundant. Useless on a flight? How is it useless on a flight? The plants come from her body. Because it's a logia is what you gotta remember. That's what makes this so insane, is this is a logia fruit. Oh my... What crazy timing! Hello, Panko! Panko. We stream at such different times that we don't usually get to raid each other. I'm excited. Well, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Come in, come one, come all. That's you! We are deciding devil fruits to feed to phase alias. This is the first option for Panko so far. So we haven't had any other options as of yet. I'm gonna give you guys 3 options of devil fruits, and then I'm gonna have you vote on which devil fruit that you think they should have. So this is your, yeah, one of the cons is pineapples. Weak to frost. You know what, I'll give you that too, actually. That's actually a very good point. It would be weak to freezing. Wow. But some of the pros that we've had with the Mori Mori no Mi, well, they're there. Perhaps I shouldn't read them out loud. You can read. I don't need to read them out loud. They're right there. You know, we've been there, we've done that, we wrote those down. We're on cons now, okay? We're on cons. Panko hates the heat. Okay, I will. You know what? That's a decent con. Plants. Well, not all plants though. The thing is Panko can, with this fruit, could generate any plants that she wanted to. So she could just specifically focus on plants that can thrive in a cooler climate, right? But this is what I'll put. May be limited by cold weather flora because she dislikes heat. So I'll say that. Do we account for hockey? No. And this exercise, we don't really account for hockey or not. There have been some situations where we've just decided that somebody would not have a devil fruit. One example would be Nasa from Generation 1. Nasa is a hockey woman, so she doesn't have a devil fruit. She just uses hockey. Increases what? You can read. What am I, an elementary school teacher? I gotta read this out loud for you? Okay, fine. Listen up. The pros are tentacles, draining, restraints, penetrating power, minions, cute flower and bamboo powers, and can provide shade, armor, can increase size and strength, fireproof forest, and increases land fertility. Please explain the third pro of the first point. Restraints? Because you can, this power is regularly used to create like plant-like tentacles, and then they can restrain people with them. Oh, the fourth. Oh, penetrating power. Right, so, let me consult my notes. Wait, why did I write that? Oh, it's because of the roots. So you can generate wood from the arms, you can plant them in the ground, and then you have penetrating power to dig the roots deep into the ground, give you a sturdier base, right? And then also, oh yeah, also you can penetrate people with these, and you can drain them. You know, it could have something to do with raccoons and butts as well. Why not? I think we'll keep it here. This feels like a comprehensive pros and cons for the Mori Mori no Mi, but this is only our first option. We still have another 2 options. So the next option that I propose to you guys is the Shiro Shiro no Mi. Now I think this one is super fun. So this is the Castle fruit. It's used by Capone Beige. Hold on, bringing it up on my end. Okay, so this is a paramecia type that allows the user to become a living fortress, making them a castle human. This is perfect for a mafia boss. Exactly, you guys see where I'm going with this. Perfect for the punk father. So one of the coolest things about this ability is it's a really great way for Panko to protect her fan base. So she would basically be able to turn her own physical body into a castle, right? And then all of the goons can live inside of her, exactly, and keep her safe. And then she can also kind of travel, like she'll shrink you down, literally. And then when she wants to launch an attack against somebody, she can just let them all out, and then you all can come busting out like clowns out of a clown car, right? You gotta keep the gooners safe, you see. So let's go through some of the strengths of this fruit. This is actually genuinely a really powerful fruit. Main strength of this fruit is that it allows the user to become a living fortress. The inside of their body holding many openings, including cannon ports, portcullis, and drawbridges. Deeper inside contains various rooms ranging from stone brick rooms for combat to well-furnished meeting halls, complete with long tables, chairs, and even decorations. The user can hold even living people inside of their body by shrinking their sizes as long as they are within the vicinity of the user. When the objects and people within the user get out, they return to their normal size. This can be done by exiting a certain distance from the body, shown by a pinkish layer of an unknown aura centered on the user's location, or through a unique alternative route like the mirror world. Once someone enters this aura, they automatically get sucked into the castle. When the user grows to unleash the fortress's full size, the shrinking effect is annulled. In addition, the user's castle defenses can be deployed in a circular formation to give them a full 360 degrees of protection and attack coverage, as well as the potential to conduct decisive surprise ambushes. As long as the user does not manifest castle features on their external body, the castle features of their internal body will remain concealed and unnoticeable. What the heck? This has the advantage of lulling others into a false sense of security who think they are facing a simple individual in combat who appears to be lacking armaments on the surface, only for the fruit's user to reveal the militia and weaponry hidden within. If the user does not wish to engage in combat personally, they can shield themselves by releasing their subordinates and letting them do the fighting for them. The user can also use their body as a storage facility for recreational purposes, as they are shown to house food and drink for subordinates and any outsiders. The user has complete control over the fortress in their body and can telekinetically move around and create objects from inside as they see fit. However, movement from the outside does not seem to affect the inside. The user also has the ability to make a miniature version of themselves through a strange fluid as a way to communicate with those inside. However, the user can still just talk from the outside of their body to be heard. What the heck? They are capable of being alert and moving around in the real world while also being in their own body. Should any damage occur to the outside body, the miniature version will reflect said damage on itself. Additionally, the user can also turn their body into an actual fortress resembling a humanoid golem. While they still retain a humanoid form, they will grow significantly in their size as their skin becomes stone and the rooms in the castle become life-size. The fortress has immense defensive power, being immune to cannon fire. Oh my gosh, wait, this is even crazier than I remembered. And even withstand a ruthless beating, making it a suitable safe haven in the midst of a battlefield. The user is able to turn their body into parts of a fortress, including, for example, tank treads. So this is an... Stop making fun of the way that I say things. Foim? I have a speech impediment, be nice to me. What the heck? Pause, you can't pause, you can't pause. I was going too fast. I was reading like a crazy person. I won't be able to look at any of these characters the same by the time I get there. This guy is Panko. Pros, this is literally a neat fruit. Cons, you're inside a raccoon's butt probably. Exactly! You could be inside. If you give this fruit to Panko, you could actually be inside Panko's butt. Legitimately. And it'd probably be pretty cozy. Because Panko will be in complete control of all of the interior decorations. You could be inside the tail too. Whatever she wants, you see. Yeah, how the tables have turned. All right, so genuinely, this is a super, super powerful fruit. So let's start trying to concisely describe all of these pros and cons. Let's just see. Can become a fortress. Can house people inside an internal fortress she controls. Can become fortress parts. This is a really good power. You could charge rent for the goons. Rent from goons. Oh man, that is actually a really great source of revenue. That's genuinely genius. Is this a euphemism? I'm really confused by why you would think that. We're talking about One Piece here. It's just a devil fruit. It's the Shiro Shiro no Mi, the castle fruit. I mean, as far as One Piece goes, this kind of stuff is just par for the course, honestly. Yeah, it's the Airbnb. Landlord no Mi, totally OP. She's basically an entire armored platoon made mobile assault unit with that. Overpowered. You know what? I'm just going to type that. I'm just going to see what you said. I'm going to put that instead of this one. I like the way it said. Armored platoon made mobile assault unit. Yeah, that's the truth. That's what it is. Well, you guys heard all the powers for yourself. This one's really crazy. We're running out of room here, but it's truly overpowered. But I'm just gonna say another pro, you know, mafia boss. This is just a great power for a mafia boss, right? Yeah, I mean, you can literally have cannons. Actually insane. Yeah, the War Panko 40k. It really has a bunch of different uses that you can put in. The Airbnb fruit. I'm gonna guess that this was created by Oda before Airbnb was even a thing. But yeah, Level 1000 Mafia Boss. Now, can we think of any weaknesses? We do have some weaknesses according to the wiki, so let me read this for you. This devil fruit has displayed no direct offensive abilities that affect those outside the user. Oh, okay, so I understand now. So the thing is she can't create cannons, but she can create the openings for cannons. So if she brought cannons into her body, then she could shoot them outside those openings in her body, but she can't actually produce the cannon fire. I see, I see. So can't produce weapons. Yeah, she needs supplies and members, for sure. You need to pay rent. I mean, that's gonna be up to the Punk Father ultimately, but even if the Punk Father said you didn't have to pay rent, you should be paying rent. Give her all of your money. What else are you doing with it? Come on, no brainer. Works better with the Mafia Boss theme since it encourages gathering of wealth. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Okay, should the user be inhaling smoke or any similar substances, the insides will be filled with it as well. I actually did not know that. That's so insane. Smoking affects everyone inside at the time. So that's very good. That's good. Well, that's good to know. She could use that to her advantage, I feel, though. Like, if you guys were acting up, she might could use that to her advantage. But we'll put it in cons for now. Yeah, the Panko Fortress Hotbox. Alright, the inside of the fortress can also take structural damage, such as catching on fire, although it is unknown how this affects the body. On the outside, when in full fortress form, the castle is a sturdy defense but not impregnable. Since the fortress is the user's actual body, any damage inflicted onto the walls is effectively injuring the user. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, so in fortress form, all damage transfers. Oh, my head is blocking this. All damage transfers to her. And then also not in damage inside. Or damage can be done internally as well. So if you were able to infiltrate inside of her, perhaps a spy that wished her harm, then you could start wreaking some havoc from within her. Not the marker addiction. Can she be invaded? I actually don't think that she could, like, I think she has to allow you to come inside. So I think you would have to be a spy to, like, technically invade. It's not like just because she's in fortress, like, she's a fortress, you could just, like, force your way in. You would have to, like, she would have to allow it, right? Yeah, no, not like a vampire. Infiltration, but not invasion. Yes, that's the way to say it. Exactly. Yeah, Trojan horse. But like literally it would be Trojan horse. Literally. I think that seems to be the main weaknesses other than your standard devil fruit weaknesses. So I think this feels pretty comprehensive. We can leave this here. And I still have one more choice for you guys. I will pay the price for the honor of living inside the boss, and I'd pay double for her secondhand smoke. Joke's on you. Panko will be charging triple for the secondhand smoke. So you better empty your pockets. All right, are you guys ready for the last one? Okay. Okay, this one's a little weird, but you're gonna have to hear me out on this, okay? Is it the noodle guys on the train? What do you mean is it the noodle guys on the train? Why would I make it the that would be so weird. He doesn't even have a devil fruit. So like what, he doesn't even belong on this because it's not even a devil fruit ability. It's like something different. So like why would I? Okay, fine, yes. It's Spaghetti Kimpo! Our third option is Spaghetti Kimpo, which is actually a non-devil fruit power. This is the process of making spaghetti from the body via the process of eating flour, kneading the dough in the mouth, pulling the noodles out of the nose, and then fighting with it. So originally this is called ramen kimpo, so that's what you see, but I see no reason why this couldn't be spaghetti. Spaghetti Kimpo. What do you mean doing Panko dirty? I just gave Panko two incredibly overpowered options for devil fruits, okay? If you don't like this one, then don't vote for it. If she loses a fight, does that mean you break the pasta? Yeah, you gotta break the pasta. Well, pros. Spaghetti would be the first pro. Spaghetti armor would be the second pro. Spaghetti restraints would be another pro. Another pro is can still swim because this isn't a devil fruit, right? Yeah, why not? Spaghetti penetration. I cannot type today. It's my nails. My nails keep getting in the way. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, another one. Mom's spaghetti. Psychological damage from having someone create and then beat you with spaghetti made from their own body. You know what? I think that's a good point. Psychological damage. How do I still have my sanity after 1,100 chapters of this? If this would at least be reasonable in context, but it isn't much better with context. That's true. I did leave out one of the worst aspects of how this character uses the ramen kimpo, because he actually has like really sharp nose hairs that he can use as knives to chop the noodles. Let's just not go there with Panko. I don't want to think about Panko and nose hairs. Okay, so Panko just cuts them with regular scissors, I guess. Or like with the power of her brain. Yeah, fist of the nose hair. Yeah, bo. Hey, thank you for 10 months of membership. Thank you. As someone whose work is on multi-drug resistant plagues, giving this to our dear boss is nightmare material, horrid, profane. Please, do not. Well, I want to remind you guys that which fruit gets chosen is completely up to you, and I have no responsibility in this decision. So if she ends up with spaghetti kimpo, you will be at fault, and not me. I gave you 3 different options. I'm innocent and faultless here. Oh. I don't know if you guys could hear that. My coaster like stuck to the bottom of my cup, And then when I picked up my cup, it was stuck to the bottom and then it fell off and hit the floor. Yeah, you guys, you could hear that. Actually, it was on purpose for comedic effect, actually. So let's think of some, what are some cons you guys are seeing here? Just that you think it's nasty? Gross. It's nasty. You do have to chew raw flour. That does not sound nice. Oh, and you have to supply materials.
Wow.
True. Cons, you reminded me of this character. What do you mean? You didn't love this fight between him and Sanji? Would Panko have to wear the roller skates? No, that is optional. The roller skates, I don't really know why he does that, to be honest. There's no health concerns here. If she can do spaghetti kimpo, then she can do it completely without damaging her body at all. This is just something that her body can do healthily, reasonably, easily. Oh yeah, maybe it is to roll the dough. You know, it's been a long time since I've read this chapter. I can't even remember this dude's name. Let's see if can I look it up on the wiki? Ramen Kenpo. No results? What do you mean no results? Wow, even the wiki forgot about... Oh, that's because I typed in ramen kendo when I meant to type ramen kimpo. Dude, looking things up on my tablet is horrible. I give up. Noodles only, no sauce, no meatballs. Yeah, well that ties into the supply the materials, yeah. No, we're not doing the nose hair thing. Forget the nose hair. Forget it, forget it. Oh, Wanze! Yeah, that makes sense. Wanze. Why do I have to Google things? I have the Runetics. You guys can just do it for me. Duh, Runie. I think we'll just leave it at that. Well, this is enough. All right, so I've given you 3 choices here. And now I'm going to have you guys vote between them. You can do Spaghetti Kempo, the Shiro Shiro no Mi, or the Mori Mori no Mi. So I'm going to put a poll here. Which for Panko? The Woods fruit, the Castle fruit, I misspelled castle, hold on, or Spaghetti. To which will you bestow upon your punk father? The Mori Mori no Mi is absolutely the lewdest. I'll give you that. It is the lewdest. Arguably might actually be the strongest, because the thing about the Mori Mori no Mi is that one actually has defensive power as well as offensive power. Whereas the Castle fruit is mostly just defensive, but there's just a lot of... I would say power-wise, I gotta give it to Woods fruit. I mean, it's not an admiral's fruit for no reason. It's a very powerful fruit. You can fly with it. You can drain people of their life force with it. You can create a whole army. Like, you don't need to store an army in your body. You don't even need to find an army. With the Woods fruit, you can just create one. There's a lot of creativity you could do with this fruit as well that we haven't even been able to see Green Bull do, because there's just so many different flora that you could experiment with here. Like, we've never even seen him try to do something with like a Venus flytrap or something across that. But I think thematically, the Castle fruit just works really well with Panko. And it's just a really cool fruit that could be very versatile in its own way. If you're looking like raw combat power, I'd probably say Woods fruit. But suitability-wise, the Castle fruit has a lot to offer. It is a very cool fruit. I forgot to pay attention that I was kind of covering up some of the type. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, cactus. That's another one he hasn't used yet. There's a lot that could be done with the Woods fruit. Also funny to store amounts of stuff in a small body. It's true. It's truly, it'll be the clown car effect. To have all of her viewers, just all of her goons pop out. I mean, what a surprise attack. You think you just get one Panko, and then you get a whole army of goons. But I don't know, I feel like you guys might be sleeping on Spaghetti Kimpo, okay? Because there's always advantages to having at least one person who can swim, you know? And do you guys know if there's gonna be another non-devil fruit option given to you guys today for any of the rest of Alias? Are you ready to curse Alias to having not a single person in their generation be able to swim? Because that's kind of dangerous. You just want Panko in your pocket. Wait, I didn't even put that on pros. But yeah, you could have Panko in your pocket. Mom spaghetti. My pocket spaghetti. My pocket Panko. Actually, that's so cute. Makes me think of Polly Pocket. All right. Let's see how long the poll has been going. For 3 minutes? How long should I let the poll run? I think that's the first time you guys have pulled that. Rare pull! Rare pull! Panko equals clown card. No, it was a horse. What do you mean, was it an owl? Clearly it was a horse. And I agree, Grandma Joy would be very proud. Did that scare you? Are you scared? Don't worry, I'm only gonna hurt you a little bit. Thank you for prompting me. All right, never mind, I'm done. We're gonna do the poll now. And the people have spoken. Panko Castle! You guys are giving Panko the Shiro Shiro no Mi, or the Castle fruit. Great choice in my opinion. Wonderful choice. A strong start to this lineup. Strong start. Alright. So that's 1 out of 6 done. But we have 5 more talents that we have to assign devil fruits to. Yeah? Hello! Can someone put this in DBZ terms? Alright. I genuinely don't even know how you would do that. Chat, you gotta help me out. How do you put castle fruit in DBZ terms? 1 hour for each. Has it already been an hour? Lord have mercy. All right, we gotta speed it up. Next up is next up is Miss Sheena. Let's not waste any time. No, I really have stuff I have to record tonight. You guys don't understand. I have to. Okay. Dun dun dun. First up is super obvious. All of you were expecting it. Nobody's gonna be surprised by this choice. The first choice is the Choki Choki no Mi. otherwise known as the Snip Snip fruit. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to transform parts of their body into scissors and cut solid objects as if they were paper. So this is used by Inazuma. You get to see this during the Impel Down arc. Really fun power, but maybe a little basic. But I'm going to read for you guys some of the strengths and the weaknesses. The major strength of this fruit is that it allows the user to turn their body into scissors. That can range from their hands becoming giant scissors to simply 2 of their fingers. With whatever scissors they create from their body, they can cut any solid object without much effort, including stone. You can snag off the chains, oh wait, that was just an example. Okay, for example, you could cut chains. Once cut, the material is able to be manipulated as though it were paper, but apparently still retains its original density. In addition to simply attacking his opponents with scissor blades, the user can cut through things around them to give themselves an advantage, such as cutting a staircase down so that enemies cannot follow them. This power can be used to manipulate the terrain. By cutting the ground into strips, the user can attack an opponent by hurling the strips at them. The user can also swing them upright, allowing them to create a protective wall. Additionally, the user can use a strip of ground to make a bridge connecting 2 points. The fruit so far does not seem to have any specific weaknesses outside of the standard devil fruits. Okay, so this is... You know what? This is always a question. Can she cut atoms in half? I'm gonna say no. That seems like a little too much. No, we're not doing an hour per talent. Please, please have mercy on my soul. Okay. So pros. Can cut any material. Once cut, material moves like paper. I think that's a nice way to say it, because it's not really that it becomes paper. So for example, like if she were to cut the staircase still has the density of a staircase, but she can manipulate it as if it is paper, which is actually pretty powerful. There's a whole lot of stuff that you could do with this. Hour and a half per talent then? No, please have mercy on my soul. I have stuff to do. This would be very good for arts and crafts. That is an excellent point. Excellent, excellent point. You can also just attack with this. You can literally just use the scissors as blades. Are we certain Mima didn't already eat this? You may have a point. I've never seen Sheena turn her actual hands or any other parts of her body into scissors, but you know what? I'm not sure that she can. Do cut stuff become light as paper? That's a complicated question, because it can be manipulated like paper, so yes? I guess? Kind of confusing on that point. Okay, yeah, another pro that we have here is, crap. Crap. You could, you know what? She could ditch, that's true. She could ditch the scissors. That's a great point. Okay, I think that's some pretty good pros. So we can move on to cons then. I will agree this is a con. She does already have scissors. So I don't know how powerful Miss Sheena's scissors are, But she does technically already have scissors if she wants, you know. Oh yeah, you'd have to be so careful. Careful around Sad Bee. Very good point. Yeah, we wouldn't want her to accidentally cut Sad Bee. Wait, why does this make you lactose intolerant? That would be absolutely tragic. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you. My mom brought me dinner. I'm having cod and Brussels sprouts. Hold on, I'm gonna sit down. I need it. I need it. Yeah. I love cod. Cod god tier. All right. What else? What other cons can we think of here? I like trout. Cod god, god cod. God eats cod. God eats the cod god. Short range? That's a great point. It is definitely short range. You mean cod tier? Yeah, it's cod tier. No continuing until you say Chad loves you to ruin mama. No, she'll be embarrassed. Will you put these Face Connect Devil videos in a playlist? It's so funny that you asked that, 8 o'clock. Because has already been done. It's already been done. I'm one step ahead of you. Huh, as per usual. It's not a paid chatter. Shut up. Get out of here. It could fly away in the wind. Yeah, I'm really not quite sure. Yeah, could it? I don't know. That is kind of weird. I'm gonna put that as a con. I'm just gonna put unclear effects to weight and density, because I'm really not quite sure how that's all supposed to work. And the first 2 installments were both over a year ago. Wow. Yeah, the cons are bad, silly. The pros are your positives, the cons are your negatives. That's another good question. I actually don't know if you can unpaper them. I don't think that you can. Yeah. I really don't think that you can. That's an interesting thought experiment. Needs to sharpen the scissors? I actually don't think she does. In this case, she can create them from her body and they're just always going to be super sharp. The defense is kind of iffy. There's no like clear-cut defense, but there are a lot of defensive things that you could do with this, such as like cutting off pathways, or you could cut up somebody's weapon, for example, so that they couldn't attack you. Like you could just cut someone's sword, stuff like that. So I do think if you were creative with it, which we all know that Miss Sheena is really creative, I think she could find ways to really make this a very she could utilize this fruit for sure. A con that she can't control the sharpness? Well, we already said she has to be careful around Sad Bee, so I'll group that in with that. Does it rust? You know what? Great point. I'm just gonna put rusting. Could she rust? It's possible. All right. That seems pretty comprehensive for me, so we're going to move on to the next one. Your next option of devil fruit for Miss Sheena is the Nui Nui no Mi, or the Stitch Stitch fruit. This is another relatively obvious choice, so do forgive me. But I had to include it. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that grants the user the ability to stitch things together and then unstitch them. So let me just bring up the page for that. Space seamstress, accurate Sheena height. Yes, the user that we see of this fruit is a tontata, which means he was very, very, very tiny. I don't know exactly how tall Leo was, but it was much shorter than Miss Sheena is. So let me describe for you guys this fruit. This fruit allows the user to stitch objects to any surface. This makes it useful for restraining people, pinning them to the ground, to a wall, or even other nearby individuals. The user is also able to undo the stitches of the object with ease, freeing it from their power. The stitches do not harm its victim and do not appear to physically puncture the object. The stitches are strong enough to hold Robin down, and Leo was able to stitch objects as large as marine battleships together to prevent them from pursuing the Straw Hat Pirates. The latter proves that the ability can be used even on steel, implying that the hardness of an object does not hinder the sewing process. This fruit does not have any known specific weaknesses. Beside the general weaknesses, however, it seems that a sewing needle is needed for the ability to actually work. All right. Sheena is a good bit bigger than Leo. Come on. Can sew anything. Wow. Anything regardless of material, and can undo with ease. Those are two pretty big advantages. Pro, make Sad Bee invincible from damage. Ooh, that's a good point. Pro? I mean, I'm gonna put the same one that we did last time. Arts and crafts. And then repairing Sad Bee. Two really big pros. True, synergy with the scissors. Very good point. And undo, yep, can undo, thank you. That's very true. It does have good medical uses, that's true. And you know, it matches, you know, it matches the Mima energy. You see? Right? Now the cons would be is that this causes no damage. This is a purely tactical, not offensive. Yes, you need requires a physical needle. Oh, I should say purely utility. That's what I should say. That makes more sense. Utility. Huh. You're sure that? Yeah. You know what? She probably could think of ways to make this offensive. It is not instant. You have to like. Leo like goes around the object and does it, so it's not instant. So that's another con. That's a good point. You do have to physically stitch it together. Can't stitch a broken heart. That's not true. Any butter cookies here can vouch that Miss Sheena can absolutely cure a broken heart. She doesn't even need the stitch fruit. Sewing the yap hole. The yap hole. If there's too much burst damage, it still has a low survival chance? You mean like if something was stitched? I don't think we've seen anything break out of being stitched before. I'm not sure if you can break the stitches. The yap hole is the one thing that can't be closed. I'll just put that. We're just gonna make that canon. It's the one thing it can't sew shut. Is the yap hole. Any material can be stitched, even steel. Yeah, we can put that. No range. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. So we'll finalize this. And we have one more left for Miss Sheena. Ta-da! The Hure Hure no Mi, or the brush fruit. So this was used by Kanjuro, who we hate. Everybody hates Kanjuro. Everybody hates Kanjuro. All my homies. But I also think this one feels a little obvious for Miss Sheena, but this is a paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to generate ink from their body and use a painting brush to turn images created with that ink into lifelike objects. So to put that more concisely, if you have this fruit, you can draw something and then bring it to life. It's not like bring it to life as straightforward as it sounds. There are like some complications with that. I'll go into some of the strengths and weaknesses here. Ooh, this is a really long... There's a lot to say about the strengths and weaknesses, so I might try to summarize this a little bit. They can generate the ink from their body, so it does not require any ink, and they can't run out of ink. They can channel it through brushes to paint, but if they lack a brush, their hair can also suffice. And we know Miss Sheena has a lot of hair, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then they can change the color of the ink at will to suit whatever aesthetic purposes that they want. Once they have drawn an object, they can transform it into a three-dimensional object which possesses the same properties as the real-life subject that it's based on, or a different property if the user so wishes, such as drawings of humans and animals gaining consciousness, drawings of weapons having the same effects as their real-life counterparts, and drawings of food being edible and sustaining, except they will have bad taste. You can create an unfathomably wide range of objects to support them in just about any situation. The user is also capable of reversing the typical process of the power by transforming their own body into a two-dimensional drawing, which has been shown to aid them in hiding. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot that he could even do that. I'm so with you. Like the fruit, hate the user. I forgot the conjure. This power is actually broken. That's so broken. Okay, the user can fully control the creatures that they draw and can speak through them. So they can also create fighters, like a little army of some sort. Wait, Sheena could be flattered. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. They said it. I didn't say it, Miss Sheena. I didn't say it. That wasn't me. They can shroud themselves inside a drawing of another person, which allows them to go under the guise of somebody else. Holy moly. Holy moly, they can create perfect replicas of people. The drawings do not bleed or possess internal organs. So deceptive clones can be best exposed by cutting them. But this makes it harder to fully take down a replica because they don't feel any pain and they can remain alive and moving even when severely disfigured. It appears that a living drawing will dissolve once it takes a sufficient amount of damage. and then will instantly dissolve if the user wishes. So basically you can like uncast it, like unsummon it at any point in time. Right, so there's a big weakness to this fruit that we will get to now, and that is that it heavily relies on the user's ability to draw. So if you draw something poorly, then the construct of that creature you create will be constrained by the poor drawing that it's been given, right? So it lists a few examples of that, but pretty self-explanatory. You get this. Drawings have been shown a certain degree of weakness to water. A large stream of water dissolved a cat the conjurer had drawn. Okay, so it seems like it's okay with rain, but yeah, like if it gets soaked in water, this could be a problem. Manually controlling a drawing remotely takes a toll on the user's energy. Okay, that's good to know. And I guess basically, if a drawing becomes too exhausted, it reverts back to its non-living two-dimensional state. Okay, so we've got the basics here. All right. So how do we even condense this information? Can bring drawings to life. Can become a drawing. Can disguise themselves as a drawing of someone. Can control the drawings. We're kind of running out of room here. It's hard to be a little bit concise with this, but as you guys know, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. Can draw her Kami-oshi to fight alongside with her. Who is Miss Sheena's Kami-oshi? I actually don't know. Is it Ina? That's just a guess. Am I right? I knew it. Okay, two things. I either knew that already subconsciously or I just guessed it. I just pulled it from the ether. Maybe I'm psychic. Truly, she could have infinite sad bees. For free. But she'd have to be careful because you can't get them wet. So like if she cried with her sad bee, she might hurt her sad bee. So you might not be able to comfort her the way a real sad bee would. We're gonna put that in already. I know sad bee is already crying. This could be a problem actually. But I'll go ahead and put it here. But yeah, that's gonna, a con is that they're weak to water. Quality depends on quality of the art. Miss Sheena's like really cracked at art, so I think this would mostly not affect her. But if she was trying to create something that she'd never really drawn before or didn't have a lot of experience drawing, then this might come into play as being a con. Let's see. Drawings can wear themselves out or be destroyed. Their time also depends on the quality of the art. Yeah, exactly. So basically, they wear themselves out and they wear themselves out faster if they're drawn more poorly. The sad bee empire would crumble without her constantly buying them. Wait, how do I write that? Sad bee company bankrupt. Sad bee starts with 0 stamina. No! no! The love injected into the sad bee from Miss Sheena alone gives 100 stamina. Yeah, sad bee stonks. The stonks are down. The stonks plummet. The brush fruit. In this essay, I will convince you that Conjuro was right all along. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I hate Conjuro. I hate Conjuro just as much as the next. Don't worry. Con won't save you from being trapped in a fridge. Well, that's specific, but true. Con won't be able to draw a smile on sad bee. No, Miss Sheena could. She could just draw a sad bee with a smile. Then I guess it wouldn't be a sad bee anymore. Wait, this is getting philosophical. If this gives you free ink, then she's definitely gonna pick this one. That's a good point. Wait, I should put that. I'll put it, and free ink. I'll put that right there so it fits in. It can still be sad with a smile. That's true. However, if Miss Sheena drew it as a smile and then that creature is brought to life and it is dictated by, like, its qualities are dictated by the art itself, then I don't think it could actually be sad. I think that smile would force it then to be happy. It would destruct the very essence of the sad bee. You see what I'm saying? It's a conundrum. Now, you would have, yeah, maybe a fake smile sad bee. That would be hard to portray. I believe in Miss Sheena, though. I think she could betray it. Could I pull off his outfit? No, that thing is hideous. Conjuro's design is so disgustingly ugly. Everything about it is bad. It's horrible. I despise it. When I found out that his hair was this ugly red color, I was so annoyed. In the manga, it always looked white to me, which made so much more sense. Yes, Conjuro is a he. You're gonna commission Conjuro Runie now? I mean, I don't know, like, maybe I could pull it off. Perhaps I could pull it off. But it would look better on me just because my pink hair would be more suited to this color palette. Whereas with his red hair, it's just clashing. It's just hurting my eyeballs. I mean, his shoes can't even be a matching color. Tell me why his shoes are orange. Okay, I'll say requires brush or use of own hair. I don't know if Miss Sheena wants to dip her hair in dye. She does have lightly colored hair. So if she had to use her own hair, I could see this being a little bit of a problem. All right. We're gonna finalize this. So now I will make you guys vote. Do you want the brush fruit, the stitch fruit, or the snip fruit for Mima? That is the snip. Oh my gosh, my nails are making it so hard to type lately. The so, right? That's what it's called? No, it's called the stitch. I knew that was wrong. Okay, stitch, or the brush. I know the suffering that I do for fashion. It's like a combination of two things because my nails are long, so they're like clickety-clacking on all the wrong keys. And then also this new keyboard that I have, I still haven't gotten used to it. The ergonomic one, and I typo on it all the time. It might still be because I use a regular keyboard at work all day. So then I'm not getting used to the ergonomic one. Like the curve of it is messing me up. The typos are on brand. I don't know if you could really... I've thought about this. Like, are the nails fake? Because technically, my nails are this long. It's not like I've got, like, plastic tips on. It's just that the polish on top of the nail is like a harder polish, right? Like, when does your nail stop being a fake nail and just start being like a particular type of polish? Because it's basically like they just cover my actual nail with the acrylic, right? But my nails are this long. Yeah, they're augmented nails. It's only a fake nail if it's a full-on acrylic nail. Yeah, it's like a nail hat. It's a nail hat. What even is a nail? Truly, can we even define a thing such as a nail? Can such a thing even be defined? However, that being said, I personally really like fake nails. I like crazy fake nails. I like when girls have like those insane fake nails that just are absolutely impractical, and they've got gems and chains hanging off of them, and they're like 2 inches from the tip of their finger. Like, I wouldn't wear those myself, but I do kind of like them. Like, when I see them out in the wild, I'm like, oh, I like that. It is kind of goofy. It is goofy, but I like it. I like it. It just screams confidence and personal style to me. Like, when I see someone out in the wild with nails like that, I'm like, dang, they love themselves way more than I could ever aspire to love myself. You know what I mean? Because they just do not care. Now, how they do anything, though, is beyond me. How do you fasten a button? How do you zip up a zipper? How do you put contacts in your eyes? How do you comb your fingers through your hair? How do you do that? I don't know how you live with those things. You have to pay people to do it for you. How can you afford that after you pay for those crazy nails? Perhaps I am asking the wrong people. Alright, let's see how the poll is doing. You know, I let the other poll go for 4 minutes, so I'll let this one go for another minute. When I see it, I think, wow, you must not get anything done. I mean, but truly, how do you get things done? It seems really impossible. Are you telling me that women's nails don't naturally change color? No, I didn't say anything of the sort. I will neither conform? I will neither confirm or deny that women are shapeshifters. I can't get the 5-inch. It'll never happen. I think I would go crazy. I need a little more dexterity than that in my daily life. Stop making fun of me. I have a speech impediment. Bruh. I'll tell you what, I could get some press-ons that I could just take off. But that might actually damage my nails. That's why I wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to damage my actual nail. I didn't know dorkism was a speech impediment. Now that is cold. That is so rude. Be nice. All right. Ooh, fall over learning how to ski. That does sound having them accidentally come off, that sounds really horrible. All right. Let's see, what have you guys decided? In a surprising turn of events, you guys have given Miss Sheena... Oops. Oops. The Snip Snip fruit! My bad. I pressed the wrong one twice in a row. I'm actually very surprised by this. I thought the brush one, because it is objectively more powerful than either of these other two, would win you over. But I guess you guys wanted to go with the classic, the obvious, and go with the Snip Snip fruit. The brush, I think all of these fit her really well. I just think the brush is more powerful. People just don't like Conjuro. Yeah, that might be... You might be onto something there. That could absolutely very well be the problem. All right. Next. Erina! Next up, we will be force feeding Erina. Dun dun dun. Option number 1. The Pawpaw fruit. This is a paramecia type devil fruit that grants the ability to repel anything via paws on their palms. Now, here is another very powerful fruit. So this is used by Kuma, incredible character. Everybody loves Kuma. The Nikyu no Mi. And this fruit is also a little bit busted, and it does in fact grant paws upon the palms. So Erina, even on her non-robotic hand, would have paws. Gosh, the article for this one is really long too, so we're gonna have to paraphrase this. Repel, she would want an ability that lets her entrap someone. Well, I'm giving you guys different options, but let me just explain how this one works. Gives her the ability to repel anything. So she'll get these 5-digit paws that will be permanently onto her palms. Anything can be affected by this ability, and then it will be sent flying, regardless of its makeup. It works on tangible materials, objects, people, even your own body. It can work on gases, and completely immaterial targets, even like ghosts. It can also work on abstract targets such as pain, fatigue, and illness. This was really where I started thinking, oh, this one might be nice for Erina. Because she could literally, which I feel like she kind of does already, like take your fatigue, your pain away, like literally repel it out of your body. Intangible targets are automatically encased in transparent, paw-shaped energy bubbles when repelled. If something innate to a living being is targeted, like pain or memories, it will not be blown away far, but instead pushed out as a bubble that maintains itself close by, making it accessible to someone touching it. Now, there is a little bit of a con here. I'm not going to go into the sad backstory. No, she doesn't have to have a sad backstory for this. We're not going to go there today. We don't want to be sad today. But there is a pretty big weakness that we're going to have to go into once we get to the weakness part. In combat, it's a powerful defense. It allows them to deflect any and all attacks. So long as they move their hands in the way fast enough. Their paws are basically impenetrable shields. The paws take no damage and can withstand any attack, repelling fire without being burned or blades without being cut. Aside from defense, the user is able to harness their ability for offensive maneuvers, such as repelling the very atmosphere around them at light speed to create paw-shaped shock waves that can pierce almost anything to the point of leaving paw-shaped holes within concrete. A user may also create massive paw bubbles around the air to compress down and then release as bombs. No, don't say it's a sad fruit. It's not. What happens if you skip leg day? No, Kuma is not human. That is why Kuma's body is shaped that way. That is just his physical makeup, whether he works out or not. Regardless of him being a cyborg. He being like that. And he is friend-shaped. I agree. It is kind of like a bear, yeah. Okay, so let's go into the weaknesses. When you send somebody to a different location, so let's say she repels somebody somewhere, she has to have actually, like, she has to know of that location. So she can't just send you somewhere that she's never been. So you could only be repelled to areas that Erina has also been herself. So that's a pretty significant weakness, I would say. And then also, like, if you were sent flying to a very distant trajectory, you could crash into something at different points in time if it got into your way. So it doesn't clear the path for you, and it just kind of sends you in a straight path there. So you could actually, you know, crash into something. It is much more difficult for the ability user to endure the long distance flight if they are too physically exhausted, even to the point of making conventional travel by ship preferable. So it does take energy to do this. Oh no, sorry, this stream didn't freeze my I lost my tracking. Okay. And then here's the biggest weakness that comes with this fruit, in my opinion, is that if you do repel something like pain, for example, outside of somebody's body or even your own body, it will eventually go back to the source. So it is temporary unless you do something else with it. So for example, somebody else can touch it and they can experience the pain for you. So, for example, if you guys really care, if you really care about Erina's knee pain, then you would allow her to take the knee pain out of her, and then you would touch it and experience it for her so that she didn't have to experience it. And then you would stand there covered in blood and dirt with your arms crossed upon your chest, and when your loved ones run into the room and go, "What happened? Are you okay?" You'll say, "Nothing happened." Yeah, like a VA, exactly. So, honestly, maybe we should put that as a pro. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's start writing some of this down. Let's see. Can repel anything, even concepts, away. Very defensive, blocking any attack. Can cause explosions and forces and a burst of force. Gosh, there's a lot of benefits to this. Basically fast travel as well, because you can repel even yourself. Yep, you get kitty paws, which is very cute. Kitty paws. Everybody loves that. It really, yeah, the offense and defense in this are both kind of insane. This is a very good power. There's a reason that this devil fruit was... I'm not gonna say what I was about to say because it is a spoiler. There's a reason that this devil fruit was something. Catch up on One Piece if you'd like to know. I think it depends on the distance, how long it takes you to travel there. But can it beat Broly? Unironically, yeah. Yeah, unironically. Can it beat Buggy though? Yes, actually. This would be a very dangerous power for Buggy because when he separates his body, he cannot control them if they get too far away from the head. So all he would really have to do is repel the head very far away, and Buggy's gonna be basically incapacitated until he can get his head back to his body. Yeah, and then if he just scattered all the different body parts, oh gosh, that would actually be kind of a nightmare. It's a good thing that I don't think Kuma would bother. Yeah, it would be like Buggy Horcruxes, it's just his body parts. I mean, there's a lot more detail I could go into with the pros, but I'm just gonna leave it there. The cons would be concepts repelled will eventually return unless someone else tanks them. I mean, for those of you who aren't familiar with this story, you can even repel memories with this, and then someone else can touch the memory bubble and then have all of your memories. It's genuinely an insane power. Can you push all the joy out of people and take it for yourself? You absolutely could. 100% you could. You could use this very sinisterly if you wanted to. No, not Memori-chan. They would never do that. Let's see. Another con is to block attacks, you have to actually block it. I don't know how else to say this, but basically he can block any attack, but he actually has to get his paw in front of it. So you do still have to be quick. You have to have some good reflexes. As long as you can move fast enough, you can block literally anything thrown your way. But if you're too slow, it's still gonna hit you. You have to use Nya speak while using the power? Wow. I've never heard of that before, but I think if Erina uses it, permanent Nya speak, which may be a positive for somebody else. This could be a con or a pro. It all depends on perspective. So Runie, is it a drinking problem or a drinking solution? It's a hobby. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Let's see. Can we think of any other big cons here? Oh, when repelling distances, objects can get in the way. It also takes energy to do this, but I feel like that's also kind of like, duh, of course it does. So we're just gonna leave it as this. I feel good with this. We're gonna lock this in. All right. So this is only option number 1. Option number 2. Dun, 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 the Jiki Jiki no Mi, or the magnet fruit. This is a paramecia type devil fruit which allows the user to create magnetic forces and use them to control metal. So this is the fruit that my little brother, he has little brother vibes to me. Little brother's vibes. This is kids fruit. I also really like the word Jiki. Jiki no Mi. Jiki no Mi is kind of fun to say. Magneto power is pretty high tier. This is actually a pretty cool fruit, and there's a lot that you can do with it. This is another one that's like a really long explanation. So I'm gonna try and summarize it a little bit. Have any smile fruits been in the streams? I would never do that. Maybe you would, you sicko, you monster. I've been giving a lot of OP ones out today. I think Alias is gonna be one to contend with once we go into our devil fruit tournament. The real question is, does Erina get Magneto's cool helmet? This is a it's not Magneto. It's kids, so it doesn't come with the helmet. All right, so okay, where do I start with this? They can generate magnetic fields that can either attract or repel magnetic objects to and from their body as they please. This is particularly effective against the majority of weapons in the world, like swords, guns, and cannons. By using repulsion, the user can deflect metal projectiles back to where they came from. Using attraction, they can strip opponents of their weapons and bring them to their own body, rendering said opponents helpless. They can use attraction to pull themselves to large metal objects like ships, allowing them to travel through the air in a manner resembling flight. In general, the creatable magnetic forces are extremely strong and very difficult, if not impossible, to resist. So good to know. The fruit gives the user a sufficient degree of control over their magnetism to accumulate a large amount of metallic objects around their body and form them into specific shapes. The user can then move these masses around very fluidly, either by being directly connected to them or not. So think like humongous, really cool mechanical arms or Gatling guns, rail guns, exoskeletal fighting machines. There's a lot of really cool things that you can do. If there's not enough metal around, the user's creations can become very large in size quite easily and are thus capable of inflicting... provided there's enough metal around, they can become really big. Even with massive apparatuses attached to the body, you won't be physically burdened by them because you're controlling them with your magnet power. Objects assembled with magnetism can maintain their structural integrity even after being separated from the user's body. So if she creates like a Gatling gun, for example, with the magnetic pieces of metal that she's created, she doesn't then have to keep it attached to her body. She could unattach it and give it to somebody. Since the majority of these creations consist of random pieces of scrap metal held together purely by magnetism, the attacks that damage these creations typically do little against the user, as they can just reform them with ease. Okay, so let's go into the weaknesses here. The applications are dependent on a sufficient amount of metal being present. Let's see. The magnetic forces holding larger metal constructs in place will weaken if the user himself receives significant damage. Okay, that's good to know. So if she takes damage, the strength of her magnetic powers will make everything that she made magnetic a little less magnetic. So that's just something to keep in mind. And they don't really list this here, but another weakness is, like, this doesn't give you the ability to know how to create any of these things. If you don't actually know much about engineering, you're not going to be able to, like, make a Gatling gun from the scraps of metal all around you. But if you have that sort of knowledge, there's a lot that you can do. Yeah, it would be very suited to a mechanical engineer. That's why this power is really, really powerful for Eustace Kid. Because, you know, Eustace Kid grew up doing this kind of stuff. Taking little scraps and building them together because he grew up very poor. Kid is simultaneously a genius and an absolute idiot. And that's why I love him. My stupid little bro. That's how he feels. No, don't call him useless mid. You don't understand. It's not Kid's fault. He's simply being punished by the narrative because he didn't inherit anybody's will. It's not his fault. It's thematic. How is he supposed to live against themes? He really can't stop taking L's. It's so sad. He didn't get the D, exactly. He didn't get the D. So sad. One more power that I didn't get into is its awakened form. So once it is awakened, which is something that Paramecia, Devil Fruits, and I don't think we've ever seen a Logia fruit awaken, but a Paramecia and a... Why am I forgetting the third type? Oh my gosh, it's not coming to me. What's the third type? Zone. And a zone fruits, they can awaken. So if his power, if you awaken this power, then you can turn other objects, even living organisms, into magnets. And then you can assign them a polarity. So you can give them negative or positive polarity. And there's a bunch of really creative things that you could do with that. So I don't think we've ever seen a Logia fruit awakened. I don't even know if we know if a Logia fruit could be awakened. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm pretty sure we never have. This sounds scary. You think so? Do you think she'd hurt herself maybe? So pros can control metal through magnetism, can make other non-metal objects magnetic, can repel and attract weaponry with ease. We've never seen what an awakened Logia do. I'm not sure if the Logias can awaken. I wouldn't be surprised if they can't. It kind of puts them on somewhat level playing field in that sense. Then again, I don't know. You never know. Can't they bend blood since there's iron in the blood? I don't think so. I think it's probably got to be relatively high concentrations, you know. Well, and the thing is yeah, like once it's awakened, it can work even on non-metal objects. But I think I think that might be too trace. I think if it, other than the awakened form of it, which I should qualify with that this is awakened. I think if it wouldn't ordinarily be magnetic, then it's not gonna work. Even Magneto didn't do that until someone injected more metal into the blood. That's so ridiculous. Did I tell you guys I watched the first X-Men movie the other day? It was something. It was not what I expected. How did I like it? I wish that I had devoted a little more attention to it because I was kind of in and out. I fell asleep a few times. So I can't really give it a fair shake. I think I would have liked it more if I was really giving it all of my attention. But I just kept coming in and out and I was like, whoo, that dude has a frog tongue. That's weird. And then I'd fall back asleep. Hugh Jackman looks so young in that. Insanely young in that. But it was fun. I would watch it again. Yeah, Toad. Had James Marsden in it too. I liked that. Can fluidly control magnetic material. You know, it doesn't sound like much when I type it out like this. It sounds like so simple, but it really is a pretty good power. I will say, you need the knowledge to create devices with the metal you control. Magnetic strength is based on user's current strength. Yeah? She would destroy the computer every time she used it. No! No! She's in complete control of it, so I'm sure she would be very, very responsible. It's... Okay, this is what I'll say. Possibly cursed to give you L after L. This cannot be confirmed, but it's possible. I mostly picked this fruit for Erina because I think, you know, Kid has a mechanical arm. Erina is a cyborg and has a mechanical arm. You know, I just think as a cyborg, there's a lot of really cool things that she could do with this. You can't say useless Captain Mid. The pun is that useless sounds a little bit like Eustace. You wouldn't say Eustace Captain Kid. You would say Captain Eustace Kid. So say Captain Useless Mid. If you're gonna insult my little bro like that, at least get it right, okay? Not Eustace, but Eustace, like Eustass. I'm almost positive that's how his name is spelled. But I'm only just now considering that I feel like it should be Tace, but it's Tass. No, no, not that. I can't even repeat such vulgar things. That is not his name. Alright, I'm just gonna leave this here. Alright, so this is our option number 2, but we still have one more option. And I just want you guys to know that I did this for you, okay? So I don't want to hear any complaints from the crowd about whose devil fruits I picked for who. I picked this one because I know you guys, I know this is what you want. You dirty little freaks. I know this is what you want. Okay? So this is for you. The Muchi Muchi no Mi, or the Whip Whip fruit. A paramecia type devil fruit that allows the user to use whips to command anything they hit, turning them into a training cyborg or a disciplined cyborg. This is used by Kojaku. Yeah, let me cook. What do I take you for? Exactly what you are. Don't try to be cute. I see through you. The Muchi Muchi no Mi. So this is a relatively recent addition to our devil fruit wrist. This is a newer character that's been introduced, a sword member. She's very cute and very fun, and it's honestly has, oh my goodness, my cat is just knocking everything off my desk, creating chaos. No, don't eat my fish. I'm eating that. Wow. I see why he's up here. You thought you could just come up here while I'm distracted by stream and steal my fish? Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. So let's read a little bit what this one can do. Strengths and weaknesses. This fruit allows the user to implant obedience into whatever the user lashes with a whip. The effects of the whipping can affect even inanimate and mobile objects such as buildings. For example, if the user orders an object to move, it will do so, regardless of whether it is physically possible or not. It is unknown if the taming effects are temporary or not. So that's all we know so far. This one's going to be a little hard to pick the strengths and weaknesses because that's literally all we know. And they use that specific example because that's basically the only thing we've seen her do with this is like command people to do things. And she did cause a whole building to move out of her way at one point. Give him some as a treat. No, it's not good for him. This is diabolical and you're voting for it? I thought you guys would like it. She doesn't even need the whip. Yeah, she could just use her tail as a whip. Yeah, tail doubles as whip. There you go. Works on people as well as inanimate. Wait, how do you spell that? Inanimate. Inanimate. Okay, I got it. Objects. Forcing them to her will. This would, I mean, this really, oops. This is great for training. Great for it. You know, it says it in it, but I'm going to write it here anyway. Great for training and for discipline. Mm-hmm. She could literally turn anyone into a Discord kitten. It's true. Anybody could be. You could be. Discord mom. Why did I choose this one? I chose this one for you guys. I know this is what you want. Don't try to pretend like it's not what you want. I don't want to hear it. You acting all tough. No. Maybe not this. Oh, not for me. Yeah, that's not my thing. No, I'm like, no, that's not what I want. Shut up. You don't look cool. You look like a liar. I know it's what you want. So, I'll put that in prose. It's what you want. It's what the people want. So what are the cons here? I think we don't know much about the fruit, so I think you do need a whip-like object. I'm gonna assume that it does. I'm also gonna assume that it's temporary. I really doubt that this is permanent effects. Wow. Can you switch from hockey woman to this fruit? I mean, what? I mean, no. Not me. It wouldn't be any fun if I could just force you into doing things that I want you to do. It's much more fun to force you into doing them through manipulation and casual suggestion. And basically, you end up doing it of your own free will, you know? It's just a lot more satisfying that way, you see. That's the way a ruse woman does it. Could be a con, be accuracy since Erina has one eye covered. No! It'll be very accurate. Does Yaji robe sweep if he cuts off her tail. It doesn't have to be her tail though. She can literally, she just has to whip you with anything. It doesn't even have to hurt you. You know, she could do it lightly. Oh, true. The tail comes off anyways. That's right. That's right. The tail comes off. That's true. She does have 4 ears. She only has 1 eye, but she can hear so well with her 4 ears. It doesn't have to be her tail, but it could be her tail. You see, it could be her tail. She does have a nose. She has a nose. It's there. Can someone explain this in My Hero Academia terms? Yeah, there actually is a girl who can do this, right? In My Hero Academia, who's the girl with the dark hair? And like she wears like black and red, and she's got a little mask, and yeah, Midnight. Isn't that her power too? I actually can't remember exactly what her power was, but yeah, I think it's basically very similar. She doesn't need a whip though. Yeah, that is a con of this one. I do think you need a whip-like object. Oh, she makes people fall asleep. Ah, okay. I couldn't. Maybe she just looked like she would have this power. That's just her weapon. Her power is her own body odor. Oh, like she's got sleepy pheromones. You know, I'm gonna just put the con that we don't know a lot about the fruit, which means there could be things that we discover along the way that are cons that we didn't even realize, or could maybe be pros but we didn't know at the time. You know, there's still some stuff to discover. Devil fruits can be really strange. So I'm just gonna put that here because we don't know a whole lot. And I'm going to finalize this. And now we will set up our poll. All right. So which do we give for Erina? Will we do the whip fruit? Will we do the magnet fruit? Sorry, I keep saying we, but it's you. It's not me. Or will you do the pawpaw fruit? You have about 4-ish minutes to vote. Let's see. And we're about halfway through. And 2 hours and 15 minutes in. Oh my gosh. We might have just split this one in 2. I actually genuinely have a bunch of work to do. Am I a fool for not thinking that this would take this long? 2 hours and we'll be done. I actually really genuinely might have to do this in 2 parts because I don't want to rush it, and I also I do have a lot of work to do. I'm sorry, you guys. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm yapping all that much. I'm trying to keep it moving. But this is, I think, the biggest... No, that's not true. Because I did Gen 1 and that was bigger than this. How long was the Gen 1 stream? That had to have been crazy long. I did all of them in one stream. It was... How did I do it so fast? 3 to 4 hours? How did I do it so fast? I must have been going. Exactly, I did all 7 members. Dang. I had less fruits? Wait, shut up. That's so genius of me. Did I only give them 2 options each because there were so many of them? That's genius, and I wish I had done that again. That's actually cracked. That's so smart. Runie, ruse. Is my brain getting smaller? Am I actively becoming dumber over time? Why didn't I think of that? Why did that not occur to me? I worked harder, not smarter. Kaleido has less, so 3 won't be as bad. Runie's yap limiter is removed when One Piece is involved. But that's surprised, I really don't even feel like I yapped all that much. Bako Runie has been locked away for too long and she's growing in power. I know, it's the curse of the VTuber god. I'm becoming stupider. Dang. Alright, well we will then, we'll wrap it up after Erina's and we will finish off with Remy, Rie, and Airi on a part 2. That actually makes things really easy for me because that means I have a stream ready that I don't need to do any more prep for. Love that. Mwah. Mwah. Could anything be any more beautiful? And you guys, you're gonna want to look for it because I cooked. I, in particular, feel really, really good about the fruits that I picked for Rie. I feel so good about these fruits. I don't know how you guys are even gonna pick between the Rie fruits because I was big brain in those. All right. And the people have spoken. Dun dun dun! You guys have fed Erina the pawpaw fruit. Honestly, great choice. These are all 3 pretty versatile fruits. Like as a team, the pawpaw fruit, the Snip Snip fruit, and the Castle fruit have a lot of synergy, I think. But you guys are gonna need some, I think, more offensive power. You've got, I mean, Erina does have offensive power here, but I think you're gonna need a little bit more. So maybe we can remedy that when we get to Remy. Maybe we can Remy D. Or with Rie or with Airi, we'll see. I think that with the tournament though, it will be I haven't decided how I'm gonna structure it. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, when I do get through all of the talents, I will then be organizing a tournament in which we will randomly fight each other and we'll have to decide who wins, like who would win in this battle. And it'll be like dark tournament style where you get like randomly matched up with somebody else, you know? And then, I guess in the dark tournament they chose, right? I can't remember now. Well, this will be like, it'll be like tournament arc in an anime where it's randomly chosen. And that will truly be an unlimited Yapworks. Truly it will, because we're really gonna have to get into the nitty-gritty of these powers and how, and also our fellow talents and their aspects and their personalities and how these battles would, you know, result. It will be hype. And we'll see who shall be the champion. But we still have a good bit to do because we still have to do the last 3 of Alias, and then we will have to do the all 5 of Kaleido. And I don't know, if I take too long, we might have to do the new invaders too. We'll see. Yeah, there'll probably be some sciencing. I feel pretty sure some science will be done. All right. So, thank you guys for coming. We're gonna now move to... We're gonna move to our little shop of little shop of roses, little shop of roses. Yay! So this is the part of the stream where you guys get an opportunity to purchase something from the little shop of ruses. Unfortunately for you, you have a total balance of negative 177 Rue points. The current objects for sale are the Runeko stream, a Robo-Runie stream, and a Xenomuni stream. All three of these would be roleplay style streams, and they're all costing 100 points. If you'd like a little preview of what these roleplay streams would be like, make sure to check out the Doppelganger stream, where you can see, you know, a little bit of their personalities, and then also watch chat cruelly and harshly and without any hesitation slap them out of existence. Again for 100 points each. And then we also have some potting soil available. I'm sure there's a lot of different things that you could do with the potting soil, and that's only 20 points. But you don't even have that. You have negative 177. You're broke. Always spy tech. Yeah. And that's how always slapping is. Oops, I almost knocked my plate down. Always slapping is how you ended up so in the hole. Yeah, you can't even buy potting soil, you losers. Me stack the deck. Doubtful. Such behavior from someone as honest as myself? Unlikely. I realize that this whole situation, if you don't regularly watch streams, could be very confusing. But it's okay. I'm not gonna change anything. This is fine. We're just, you know what? We're just gonna go with it. It'll cost 100 Rue points to slap Runie Ruse again? No. That would get you negative 100 points. An additional. You wanna be negative 277? Is that what you want? Like I said during the last stream, I am thinking of some ways to give you guys opportunities to earn some Rue points so you desperately need them, but I'm still working on those, so we'll wait to see those implemented in the future. But for now, the shop is open, but you can't afford it. Sure. You can't just type slap in the chat and then feel like you slapped me. That is not how this works, okay? This is not your fantasy world that you control, okay? It's mine. I control it. Me. Now, if I type that I slapped you in the chat, then yeah, you get slapped. This is my world. It's my stream. I have all the power here. How much in donations to clear our debts? I don't know. You see, in general, I do try to avoid that kind of thing. I just don't think it would be nearly as fun if you could just buy Rue points, you see. I feel like you have to earn them, right? It just wouldn't be as fun if that was the case, you know? But I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm a sucker after all, so if it was a large sum of money, I would probably feel obligated, but I'm not gonna put quantifications on it, because it's much more fun if you have to earn them in other ways, you know? And then everyone can participate, and everyone can feel responsible when you're in the hole. Oh, you want to say hello to Perona? There she is! Yeah, this is a good opportunity for you guys to get to see Perona every stream, too. Where's our adorable shopkeeper, Perona? There she is. There she is. So how many Rue points would it be for you to slap us? 5,000. But that's not currently on the menu. Not negative 5,000. Alright. So sorry that I couldn't complete this stream. In in one go, but we will do a part 2 probably pretty soon, probably next week. I will have my schedule out sometime tomorrow. I am off tomorrow, so I don't plan to be having a stream. I might post a video. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on how quickly I can get other things done, because I have other things to do tonight. But no, you're not getting poor every stream. Not yet. But I'll post my schedule for you guys tomorrow so you can see what the upcoming week will look like. But for now, it's bittersweet. But I must say farewell. Give glory to the runes. And remember, the One Piece is real. And my love and affection is forever with you. And bye-bye.